Good morning, Transpac race fans. This is Dobbs Davis from Seahorse Magazine giving you the July 24th daily analysis of the 48th biannual Transpac race, LA to Honolulu. This morning we have a very interesting scenario. As you can see on our tracker, the real news is down here, closer to the islands. Celerity, Santa Cruz 37, only about 100 miles away from the finish. They should be calling in any moment for their 100-mile check-in. They're making their final approach into the islands, 9.3 knots, doing very well. The trades are about 15 to 20 knots from what I hear, and looks like they're being well supported by the isobars, as we'll see in a minute in the weather map. So they look like they're in good shape to be the first monohull across the finish line. That, of course, doesn't mean they're the first in elapsed time, but being a Monday starter, they've been out there since Monday of last week, but in corrected time, they're looking quite good for an overall win. Certainly, they're leading first in division in corrected time as well. Their closest competitor is over here. It's a J44 Patriot. They're going along at 8.1 knots, not quite as fast. J44 is coming downwind, down the waves, and nice trade winds here in the islands. But Celerity has stepped up, and it's a lighter boat, a little faster. So I don't see any easy way for Patriot to catch Celerity. So it's really Celerity that's gonna do it here, be the first monohull across the finish line. So congratulations to that team, Harry Zanville and all their crew. Fabulous job. If we look at their track through the race, if we just highlight them, if you click on them, there we go. They get highlighted here and centered in the tracker. But with the aid of this color coding, you can see that they had a fairly conservative track through the race, almost the classic Transpac S-curve through the across the rum line. So dipped below rum early just to keep the speed up, and as the wind went aft, they crossed the rum line about halfway across. Sorry, down here. There we are. Maybe got a little light here in the middle, but then reached up, jibed as the wind went aft, and very classic, typical Transpac pathway across the Pacific to Hawaii. So the Monday starters, for those that have been following our show, as you know, have just had great weather this race. It's very much like 2013. The Monday starters having had great weather and more of a classic track across the race course. And once again, coming in first across the finish line. Next to challenge them, although I don't know that they can close the gap before many others in the Monday group, is Wild Oats. Wild Oats, one of the biggest boats in the fleet at 100 feet. They've had a battle with this boat here, the other 100-footer, Ragamuffin. These two will be vying for the fastest elapsed time on the course. The Saturday starters of last weekend, those who have been following know that they just had not ideal weather their first few days earlier this week, getting caught in some strange patterns coming off the coast. So they've had to sail much further than most of the other boats, certainly in the Monday starters, and not really reaching ideal conditions to set any records. So the records are safe, but now these two are going to be fighting for elapsed time honors for the monohulls. Another one to look at here is the Division 8 crown is now over Marjorie. This is the 59-foot catch. They are tooling along at 8.3 knots. They're doing very well in the trade winds conditions. I don't see anybody out here in Division 8 that can come close to them. Down over here, Precepts 2 is a Division 7, Beneteau first 40. They are jibing over, making a final approach from a different angle, following Patriot. So I think Marjorie's pretty safe for Division 8 elapsed time honors, if not corrected time as well. So they are 250 miles out. They'll be finishing sometime either later today, tonight. This is on a 6-hour delay, so at 8 knots we've got to subtract 50 miles from what we see on the tracker. Now, when they do get within 100 miles, the tracker does go live, so I think what we'll see is a jump in the boat's icons on this device. So have a look there. These are the remainder of the Division 7 and Division 8 finishers. They're still out 300-400 miles in a group, so we don't expect to see them really until Saturday for sure. And then maybe some into Sunday, depending on how fast they get there. Wild Oats at 500 miles out, they'll certainly be in Saturday. That boat's easily capable of 500 miles a day. 17.3 knots is actually a pretty good clip for this boat and fairly typical. We may even see them speed up a bit as they get into the stronger trades. Other boats to look for going fast. Here at 18.8 knots, Extreme H2O is the fastest of the multi-hulls on the course. This is a gunboat 66 that's a little bit lighter than Fado. Now, I'm not quite sure what happened to Fado. It looks like they may have gotten in some light air or something happened in here, but they dropped back a bit relative to Extreme H2O and have jibed back out. So we'll see if they can consolidate any of this gap. If they can, they might be able to get to within striking distance of a corrected time win over Extreme H2O. The Extreme H2O is, as I said, a little bit lighter, a little faster, therefore will owe Fado time in corrected time. The other multi-hull is down here in the middle of the pack, Chim Chim. They have very different track through this race, but based on where they are, I'm not sure they can catch either of these two multi-hulls in the next couple of days. If we zoom in a bit, we can see that it's still very much tangled up here amongst the Division 2, 3, 4, and 5, and even Division 6 entries that started Thursday and Saturday. Second Wind, one of the Thursday starters, still has a crown over them. Swan 651 just plowing along at 9.5 knots. Their track, aside from a little wiggles, probably from squalls and a few other things, is pretty steady. I don't see any problems for them, although we'll come to the weather here in a moment and see if they might get affected. But they're still 1,000 miles out, so still plenty of sailing to do. Pyewacket also doing well. The Andrew 70 being chartered by Chuck Nichols and his group from San Diego at 14.6 knots. They're doing quite well, but they are 970 miles out, so still plenty of sailing to do. Allure Santa Cruz 50, 11.7 knots, going very fast. So they've all got great conditions out here. The other one with a crown is our Division 4 leader, Resolute. This time yesterday, they had taken over the lead from Hamashi. We'll see if they're able to hold on to this. Tim Fuller's double-handing this boat, so they're going along quite well, but you never know. At 990 miles out, they still have a lot of sailing to do, and certainly double-handing can get exhausting. We'll see if the Hamashi guys can maybe grind them down a bit, but anyway, it'll be very interesting to see over the next few days how they do. The guys that were in the low road down here are 9.3 knots Pipe Dream, Davidson 50. They're going along okay. And Fortissimo has actually picked up speed. So this is the smallest boat in the fleet. I was really worried about these guys. You look at their track and you see that they, back over here, have had quite a few wiggles. They did get caught in light air a few days ago, but looks like they punched out of it and are in pretty good breeze now. So we'll see how they go in the next 24 to 48 hours. The next phase of the show is looking at the weather. Here is the GFS model for now, and you can see by the these green colors, and here's our wind scale, by the way. Wind speed in knots is color-coded here on this spectrum. Nice strong breeze. So up in here where we saw Wild Oats, and Ragamuffin. And those boats coming in from the north on their final approach are really going to speed up quite a bit here in the next 12 to 48 hours. This breeze up in here looks pretty good. The worry is what's going on with this feature and how it's going to evolve. The model likes to actually bring it to the out to the west, and that's unfortunate because, of course, we've got a lot of boats that are coming in on their final approach in this area. But look at the compression of the isobars and enhancing the wind speed. So this is the remnants of that western tropical system that might be a problem for some coming in from the east and south, because as we go forward in time, you see that it does come in across the race course. Now, it may not be as light as it's depicted, and maybe this light area here just remains too far south of the racetrack for most boats, so it may not be a problem. If we switch over to the Euro model, we can see that Euro model actually, and this is, what is this, 42 hours, so this is Saturday, tomorrow, about midday Hawaii time, or in the morning, and this light patch is shown to be right smack in the middle of the approach angle for some of the boats. So we hope this isn't a problem for those that are coming in for the back. This would be for the back of the Division 7 and 8 boats, maybe for some of the Division 1 leaders coming in on their final, but a little further out I think this thing goes away. So if we change the model, you can see that just dissipates completely. So the Thursday boats are going to be fine. The Saturday boats will be fine because they'll be coming in on their angle about that time up in this region. So really what that feature might affect will be the back end of the Monday starters, and maybe some of the Division 1 boats, the 100-footers that are making their final approach in. We'll see if they are able to punch through that thing, or maybe this is just some modeling artifact that doesn't exist at all. But we'll see. Last thing that I wanted to show was this, which doesn't look like much because it's dark. But those that can see, there's a little flashing light out here, and what this is a live camera from Diamond Head. That flashing light is Diamond Head buoy. So this is a camera that's placed on the finish line at Diamond Head, and so during daylight hours, those that want to tune in can see anything happening out here on the finish line. If you're following the tracker closely, or some of our social media sites, you'll see what the approaches will be coming into that finish line. We'll put a link on this for this off on the website for all to enjoy. Last thing, Shameless Commerce Division, is Seahorse. Our latest issue of Seahorse, September issue, is now available in digital form, and for those that want to check out Seahorse, we have that now up and running, and some fairly interesting content there. So that's it for our show today. I'm Dobbs Davis from Seahorse Magazine. We hope you all will have a great day out there, and follow the tracker and follow all this exciting finishes coming in. Congrats to the team on Celerity. It looks like they've done a great job, and will be coming in across the finish line first, and if all goes well, they may be looking at an overall corrected time victory. We'll see. So that's all for now. Thanks for joining us today. I am Dobbs Davis. I will be bringing you these live updates every day.